Here we go. All right, Chuck, we're live. So we got a BPC. It says, I'm going to move my mic away from my face a little. It says I was clipping you guys. Hopefully we're good. Hey, everybody. We're live. This is hopefully the first in a series of videos that I'm going to call Arcade Call for Help. And if you're an OG that was watching G4 Tech TV back in the day, you know that Leo Laporte was the man that came up with this. At least I think he did. And he did a great series like 20 years ago. Like every day, he'd have a half hour, an hour show, and he'd take a couple calls from people who were getting their fingers stuck in their keyboard, and he just helped them out. So this is an idea I've been wanting to do and pay it forward to the community and help people out with common issues. I really have no concrete plans for it other than I'd like to just try one and see how it goes. And my man Chuck here is live with me. I've got him on the camera. That's the Joker. That's your artwork, right, Chuck?
Yeah, the Joker Arcade.
Yeah, Jokercade. So that's what you're seeing. The desktop is his machine, and the camera is his machine in real life. And we're going to try to help him because what's wrong, Chuck?
No Marquee.
No Marquee.
A common thing with the live Marquees when people upgrade their hard drives or get the new hard drives in, and things go wonky. So
yep, you got the classic. All the games go up top and nothing happens on the bottom. So this was a problem on the old Manhattan Project, and it was a problem on Omega too, but for different reasons. So I think this is going to be a good video for everybody. Oh, things are blinking and beeping. Are we still chat? Give me a thumbs up. Just make sure we're good and everybody can hear me. I think it says Mini Adam in the corner. My screens are like freaking out for a second. That's why I'm nervous. But anyway, let me know in the chat if you guys are stuck and you can't hear me. I'm still clipping a little bit on audio. I'll try to move that mic. But anyway, somebody give us a thumbs up. We've got 11 people out there. All right, we got a thumbs up. Thank you guys. Okay, let's get started so we know people can hear us and see us. So, like we said, Marquee issue. Omega Project first release. Not Omega. Omega it was the release that had the different Marquee where it was behind Launchbox, and our buddy Rob helped us craft a program that built in Marquee support, video Marquee support into Launchbox. So the first thing we need to do, because this is not actually a Launchbox problem, it is a Windows problem. And it was such a problem during beta development that we came up with a procedure to deal with this in Windows. So everybody that has an EHA machine and an Omega drive, you've got the admin folder, and now I'm seeing it's not on the desktop, so maybe it's moved, so we got to go find it. So Chuck, I'm going to start to remote your machine here. We've got to find the Explorer folder, and we need our Tools folder. So if you guys go into your Launchbox and then Tools folder, there is a text file in here that if nobody got rid of it, I can grab it off my machine if we need to. There it is, display number reset. So this was an extremely common issue. Nope, don't need to update Notepad. It's that we mapped the registry key that you need to change, and you need to delete the following folders underneath this registry key. So I'll back up and slow that down. So now that I made sure where it is, because on the original Omega release, let me minimize this stuff, there was a Tools shortcut right on the desktop, kind of like how it says LED Blinky goes here. So if that's not there, open up File Explorer. You're going to have a Tools shortcut on the left-hand side underneath Emulators and Launchbox. And all that does is take you to the Launchbox folder, and there's a Tools folder in here. And then you're looking for a text file called Display Number Reset. And all it is it tells you where the registry entry is and what we need to do. So before you attempt this, because again, this is a Windows problem, it basically is remembering display locations that it shouldn't. It's basically switching the primary and secondary display. So before you do this, you need to physically unplug your Marquee from either HDMI or power. I recommend both. So Chuck, if you could make sure, yep, you're unplugged from HDMI, so you're good. You got to make sure, and the way to check this is if you right-click the desktop and go to Display Settings, you got to make sure there's no other displays in here. It can't say 1 and 2. So if you've got that, you should be good to go to hit reset. And then you've got to leave this thing unplugged while we reboot. So the next step is go to this registry setting. So registry stuff, you got to be careful. So we're going to back it up, and I'll walk you through that. You want to go to your run command. So you go to start menu, type run, hit enter on run, and then you type reg edit. And it looks like we've been here before. REGEDIT, reg edit. And someone was in here messing with Steam, it looks like. So we got to back out a little bit. So if you're in a fresh registry editor, it looks a little different. Let me clean it up. So when you open it fresh from the beginning, it looks like this. You got your classes root, current user, local machine, users, and current config. Here's that key at the top. We're going to H key local machine, so that's the middle one. Then system. Then current control set. And these are just folders, so you're just kind of drilling down through all this stuff. So you got to see sometimes when you click on something it doesn't expand. You got to click the little caret over here. So current control set, and then control again. And then under control, we got to expand it again and go to graphics drivers. And then expand this again because there's folders. So you got to delete these folders. Configuration, connectivity, scale factors. But like I said, we're going to back it up first. We're going to take the entire graphics drivers root, right click on it, and hit export. And then we're going to go right to desktop and just say graphics backup. And I always like to put a year on it so we know what it is. So basically, if we screw things up, we can re-import that registry file and go back to where we were. Hey, Scan's in the chat. Oh, look at all the people. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. Scan, Ryan, Endgame, Joe, Shadow, Dante, Luke, Jeff, all you guys. What's happening?
What's happening?
So yeah, just to get caught up, we backed up our registry, and now we're ready to do some damage. So we got to delete configuration, connectivity, and scale factors. So here's configuration, right-click, delete, and then connectivity, right-click, delete, and then scale factors, right-click, delete. And now the hard part, we got to reboot. So Chuck, I'm going to set, we're using AnyDesk, guys. I know you can't see. I've moved the window out of the stream so we can't have any hackers hacking into Chuck's machine after the fact here. But there's a little action menu up here where I can initiate a restart. And that's what we're going to do if I can find it. Where'd it go? Request elevation. At least it used to have this. Where's the request reboot? Because then that's nice because it just reconnects me right away. Unless we didn't do it with like admin privileges. Transmit sound, block user. No, your license doesn't allow for this feature? Come on, man. Did they change the licensing on me? Well, Chuck, I might have to have you restart for me. Because, yeah, even the control delete. Oh, yeah, restart remote devices were grayed out for me. So either you got to open that window and elevate my permissions or just restart for me and get me connected again. And I can...
What's easier?
Just hit restart, and then we'll get connected back in there and go from there. Because I just noticed another thing. Something that comes from new EHA drives, you've got that display locker utility that David from EHA likes to put on there, and that's basically to help light gun games. It prevents the cursor from going up there, but it also prevents you from fixing things because you can't get your mouse up there, much less a light gun. So, yeah. And Scan, yes, please translate all of my nerdery to English for everyone. That would be great. While we wait for Chuck's machine to reboot. I think everyone would appreciate that. But guys, yeah, hit me up in the chat. I'll try to pay attention as we go through this if there's any questions. And, oh, wow. Nice machine. You're back up and running already. Look at you.
Yep. Well, it's a clean hard drive. Remember, it's brand new from EHA.
Heck yeah. Well, I'm going to black you out on our stream so we don't give away your AnyDesk numbers.
Okay.
But they can still hear us. So let's just get you reconnected.
Oh, hold on. You got the cool Mario Quickie.
Oh, yeah, sure. That's why we're just going to, get AnyDesk back up and running as soon as you can, and then we'll bring the camera back. So guys, if you're seeing this, you should see my arcade logos and hear us, but you shouldn't see anything. I just want to keep Chuck safe because there'd be people out there that know what to do with those numbers.
All right, how do you want me to shoot you this number?
I hit retry. I think you should just have to hit accept because it's saying
Perfect.
Waiting for you.
Yep, perfect.
And let me minimize this stuff so ain't nobody peeking. And I think we're good to go. So here we go, guys. We're back. Now, we've deleted those registry things, which is cool. And then we should be able to go into display settings. Nothing is in here. And then what I like to do is I like to launch Big Box just to get it used to the fact that it's on single display mode. So it's like no marquee, it's just there, and we go and check the settings in Big Box and make sure it just says single display. So as soon as that loads up, we'll go into options.
Okay, question.
Yeah.
Since this is a fresh hard drive, I have thing with Big Box or Launch Box with my number that you got to put in there.
Oh,
is that all already? And
you're saying the code or what?
yeah, the codes. Like unless EHA did it for me.
Oh, you mean your? It says it's already licensed to you, so you're good to go. So somebody did it for you.
Okay, cool. Thank you, EHA.
Yep, and then
Excited.
oh, looks like I didn't even get a choice. It's going to upgrade Big Box for us. How pleasant.
Yes.
Love it when Big Box, oh yes, just the forced upgrade. Unbroken Software, if you're watching, if you could make your updates just a touch less aggressive, that'd be sick. I actually turned off automatic updating because of this, because it seemed like no matter what you touched, it would just be like, well, you didn't want the update then, but 4 seconds from now you wanted the update, right?
Well, my big crash I had, Launchbox updating and my machine decided to reboot itself.
Oh,
during
God.
And everything was crashing because the update never went through.
Yep. So that's my point exactly, is like if you're not ready for it, you kind of need to just slow down. So remind me, Chuck, after we fix this, I can turn off your automatic updates, and that makes it a little bit less aggressive. But if you ask it, it'll just power through. It's kind of like Windows and updates these days, which is a bit much. So guys, if you're unfamiliar, unlock code is all ones, and you can turn that off in settings once you unlock. 4 ones, I should say. Sorry, Chuck, you were saying something?
No.
Okay, so that gets us into settings, and like I said, we're just going in here to make sure it says one screen. And views, images, cache, I think it's under general actually. There we go. Primary screen, screen 1, marquee screen, nothing. That's what you want to see. Blank. Okay, so now we're going to shut down Big Box. Just want to confirm that. Whoops. It's a little bit delayed, so if you see me fumbling, that's why I'm going to blame it on that. All right, Chuck, now it's up to you again. We got to plug the marquee back in, power and HDMI.
Okay. Let's go power first.
And if, okay, so you have it already plugged in, or the power cord run up there.
Yep. So I just plugged in the power, and then I put an extension on here because I've had this problem before.
Yep.
So instead of pulling the machine out every time, I just bought a HDMI extender. And I even put a hook here so it just hangs.
I love the mods.
Yes. All right, I'm back on.
Okay, we got a screen. So now the first thing to do is go into Windows, Display Settings. So right-click, Display Settings. And I can see the first issue we got. Chuck's running 4K on his primary screen. See how the screen scaling is at 250%? We can't have that. We got to be at 1920 by 1080. If I can find it, there it is. And then we'll keep that change. And then we set our scaling to 100%. If we go back up here, everything is honky-dory because you want to have the marquee off to the right. That's extremely important for pinball. If you don't care about pinball, then you can put it wherever you want. But if you care about pinball, it's got to be to the right and make it look exactly like what's on the screen right now. And let me just scan questions. Luke. Yeah, Luke, he's got a custom video that I think you got from somebody, if I remember correct, right, Chuck? For your startup?
Leo made me a Joker one.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's so we got to put that back because you got that default EHA one is what everybody's getting?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
So, I want to point this out real quick, Adam.
Yeah.
You said about the pinball.
Yep.
So, if you go watch the EHA tutorial on how to fix all this, first off, it doesn't work. I tried it. But secondly, he kept saying, put it on top, put it on top. He goes, don't leave it on the side. So,
yeah, I don't think David has messed around with pinball too much, I think is what's going on there.
It was one of his workers. It wasn't him. But
there you go.
I want to point that out. Adam's saying if you play pinball, that has to go to the side.
Yep. And you can't, like I said, you can move it. If you don't care about pinball, we can put it anywhere you want. But if you need pinball, it's got to go there because there's a bunch of pinball settings that expects it to be over there. So once it's right here, these two places, you're good to go. Now, before we go into Big Box, again, I noticed you've got this dual monitor tools thing running down here, which is the second blue thing. So we want to exit out of that because that's what's keeping your cursor from going over there. And I'm going to go into your startup. So right-click and Task Manager. And the Startup tab is in the middle. And we're not going to get rid of that program just in case we need it for some reason. We're just going to right-click on it and hit Disable so it won't start up anymore. So you'd have to go find it and run it if you need it. But I don't think you need it. I don't run it on my machine, so there's that. So that will allow your cursor to go over there. Like, for example, if you run a pinball table and the DMD is all huge or in a weird spot, you need to get your mouse over there to resize it. Stuff like that. That's what that does for you. So now that we've got our marquee in the right spot, I recommend we go to Launch Box first, not Big Box, and we launch a main game to make sure it comes up on the primary display and not the marquee. So we're going to say, yep, we upgraded Launch Box. We're going to go to Arcade. And what's your favorite main game, Chuck?
Mario Brothers.
Mario. So we're going to do Mario.
The original with the pipes.
Was it Versus Mario, I think? What am I on?
Mario Bros. BROS.
What am I coming up here? I'm in Platform Customers Requests. No. Why is that not switching to Arcade? There we go. It was just stuck. Bros. Mario Bros. Right. There it is. All right. Yep. So let's hit play on that. And
this is old school right here.
Heck yeah. And we're on the right screen. Weird.
But
yeah, that's okay. Launchbox does not have marquees on original Omega. On Omega X, which is not released, Launchbox has marquees. So look forward to that. So that's something. And we can hit escape out of here. So we just wanted to test that. So now from here, we can go straight into Big Box and see if our marquee is back where we want it to be.
Look at that Frankenstein.
Hey, Larson's in the house. What's up, buddy? Let's see if we got any questions. Nope, we're good to go. All right, Big Box, do your thing. Let's see if we got a marquee. And then we'll switch this awful video because damn. I mean, I dig what you're trying to do with the shortness of it, but okay. Okay, let's see. All right, we've got the call out, but it looks like we still have work to do because we got nothing up top. So, next step, that means your Big Box settings need to be messed with. So we need to go back into Big Box settings. Unlock. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now options. And general. Okay, so it's on screen 2. And then we need to go back to Omega settings. And Omega settings allows us to set the marquee area. So we're at 1920 by 340. Oh, so that looks good. Cool.
We got it.
That's right. And it's on fill because we're not a masochist like Horton, who, who likes his stuff centered and not stretched. And scan lines, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so apply settings and exit. So in theory, now that we saved that, we should have a marquee in the main wheel. I don't think there's any other settings after this. So it'd be uncharted territory if this doesn't work. So let's see. What do we got? Nothing? Oh, no. Oh, I know what it is. I just thought of it. So the original Omega has a special big box version that we need to run. This big box with startup marquees. Let's see if that does it. So we're going to wait a few seconds because you know how big box is. After you kill it, you have to wait a little bit. Otherwise, it'll yell at you. So we're going to wait. Oh, while we're at it, we're going to see. This is your intro, the Joker intro.
Yep.
We're going to hit copy on that. And we're going to go startup videos, go here. And we're going to paste it in here. And I believe you've got to call it startup.mp4. So we're going to say startup EHA bad 23. And then Joker intro is just going to be startup. All right, and then that should have given Big Box enough time to figure itself out. Let's go back in. Cross your fingers. Much better. Now, do we have a marquee, though?
Got music. Got the big box.
Yay! We got the marquee. Now we gotta. That's just the startup marquee, so we gotta make sure the marquee works in actual big box. I'm gonna hit up, Chuck, even though I like that intro video. Let's see. Do we have Arcade Classics up top? Still nothing. What are we missing? Let's see. What else would it be? Okay, let me go back into
settings.
Well,
I was gonna say, is it just that wheel?
Yeah, that's a good call. Let's try that. Back. It should bring all of them up. No.
Dang it.
It's weird that you had the startup marquee but not the main wheel marquee. So let's go back into settings. Let's make sure settings aren't screwed up. Unlock. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then options. General. Yeah, marquee screen. Oh, look. See, it's down here. So let's do screen 1. And then none. And then screen 2. Chuck, what's on your marquee right now? Just nothing.
No.
Okay. Primary screen should be screen 1. Okay, we're not mirroring displays. Okay. Back. Because the issue is it's putting the marquee on screen 1. As you saw, it's behind this one. Is why it's not working. That's still, let me guess, it's not going to do nothing. Okay. Let me just double check Windows. And what you always do before you do anything drastic is reboot. So that's the next thing. I just want to check our settings. 1920 by 348. Okay, so our resolution is slightly off. We can bump it a little bigger, but that shouldn't prevent us from getting a screen up there. So yeah, I think it's time to reboot. After I check one more thing, right-click desktop and do NVIDIA control panel, and I just want to make sure we're at 60 hertz for both of them. Yep, we are. But you see how the scaling is still off? This text shouldn't be this big. So I think Windows just needs another poke. So I'm going to initiate another reboot, and I'm going to blank the screen so we don't see Chuck's numbers again. So we'll be right back, guys. Don't go anywhere.
Dun, dun, dun.
Larson, so yes, Larson in the comments mentioned the third screen plugin. I don't want to go there if I don't have to. So just so everybody knows, Rob, the guy that came up with the original Omega settings plugin that enabled us to do all this in the first place, completely revamped his support and made a third screen plugin, and he released it publicly. That's what's available on the Launchbox forums for everybody, not just EHA users. And that's also what Omega X, the next version, is going to use. So we have that as a plan B. If we can't get this to work, I will upgrade Omega settings, and basically it removes Marquee support, and then you install the third-party plugin that he wrote, which brings it back in a better way. And that's what also gives you Marquee support in Launchbox. So we got that. What about up top? Are you getting the startup Marquee or no? Okay.
Nope.
So that means he put the wrong executable in startup. He didn't use the one that has startup Marquee support. So we got to switch that too. But let's see if you have it in. Oh, I can switch back.
Do you want me to skip this?
Yeah, go ahead, please. And then we got to see if it shows up there. Hey, cool. Here, Chuck, hold him right there. I'm going to switch back so everybody sees from your camera. Marquee's working. So we're set. So all it was is a Windows reboot. When in doubt, just keep rebooting. It's the IT guy way. And that was basically because we changed those resolution settings and plugged in the Marquee without rebooting Windows at first. So that's all it was. So Chuck, if you can go through the main wheel just to make sure those are flowing through just fine. Yeah, arcade crack, cool.
They look dynamite too.
Yeah, they should be. I mean, there's that should be the latest, because I think even David made some new ones in there. He made some for Rabbids and Rampage. He made a couple video marquees, so there's some new hotness in there. And for the love of all that is arcade holy, he made a clear logo for customer request, so I'm happy. It was driving me bananas.
So the startup Marquee
Yeah.
is still blank. Will that fix itself?
No. I'm going to blank out the screen for everybody at home, and you're going to get me reconnected to AnyDesk, and I can show people how to fix that too. Because basically he's got the wrong big box startup in the startup folder. Thanks, Jeffrey. Hopefully pronouncing that correctly. I thought I could do it. Okay, so you got AnyDesk running. I'm going to hit retry. Hit accept. And let's minimize these numbers. And now I'm going to bring you back to the land of the YouTube. Okay, we're back in. So to fix the issue of no startup marquee, how it says big box on your Marquee when it's running, this executable or this shortcut where it says big box with startup marquee, this is the one that has to go in your startup folder. So we'll right click, we'll copy this, and then what's the run command? It's I'm trying to remember. Oh, I can't use keyboard shortcuts through AnyDesk. If I do run, and it's shell, there it is, shell, somebody's done this before, :startup in the run command, and that'll take you right to the startup folder. Oh, look, he's even got it labeled. Big box, no marquee. So here, let me uncheck there so people can read it. Yep, thanks, Chuck, for being cameraman.
Yeah.
So we're going to paste in the one that says big box with startup marquee, delete the one that says no marquee, and everything will be right as rain. So now when you start it up, it'll be good to go.
Why would they prefer a no marquee versus...
If you do that on a machine that doesn't have a video marquee, it doubles the windows and it looks really bad.
Gotcha.
So that's probably why he did that. He just forgot to switch her out when he set up your drives.
Gotcha.
All right, man. You're rocking and a rolling. Anything else? Well, we got an audience, and I got the time. If you got the need, man.
Yeah. So let's go back in there and the wheel with the new games that none of them work.
Oh, okay.
A way to or get rid of those.
Oh, so unfortunately, you have the expansion drive or no?
No.
Oh, so yeah. So basically, we want to hide the entire customer request wheel then, right? Because that's like all of those are on there. I think.
So none of those games work at all.
I don't think so. Well, here, let's go into Launchbox and check because we can. It's easy to check. So we'll go into Launchbox, and we'll go into customer requests, and we'll see with a drive path. And if it says W or X, those are his expansion drive letters. That means they are out to lunch. Oh, cool! He added Mr. Driller too.
Yeah.
Really? So that means he upgraded main? Now
so, look at that. Is that Pride Street Fighter 2?
What in the hell? Rainbow?
Wait. Yeah, Rainbow.
Okay, I have questions now. I have many questions. Street Fighter 2 Rainbow Edition? What is this ROM? Well, look at this. SR2F. This must be a mod? I've never heard of this. Unless it's like legit. Okay, now we have to run it, Chuck. I'm sorry. Champion Edition with a rainbow logo.
Play as a boss.
Okay. Now we're just exploring things. This is new to me. I hadn't heard of this. It's probably some sort of skinned version. Oh wait, blonde. Okay.
Yeah, you turn blue.
That's different, isn't it?
Yep.
Interesting. This is either a actual release I've never heard of or somebody's ROM mod, I imagine. Huh. Yeah. Well, whatever.
It looks like that Blanca's blue.
Oh, maybe that's the thing, is each character can turn different colors or something?
Maybe.
I don't know. Whatever. Let's go do what we were setting out to do. So,
okay.
Customer request wheel, I think that's back here. And then, do you have a favorite in here or something you want to try?
So, we tried the WWE one. That didn't work. We tried a couple of them. Yeah, that 23 didn't work at all.
Let's see. So, basically the way to check is to right-click, edit the game, and go to edit metadata. And then you go to the launching tab a third of the way, or two-thirds of the way down here, and see how the first drive letter is X. And
yep.
if you go to the Explore folder, you ain't got no X. That's where the expansion drives are. They are X and W. So any game pointed to X or W, you don't have. Let me check Battlegrounds here.
Now, we did have that on a prior...
Yeah, that was on... So that's going to W as well. So that's not on here either. So maybe updated it or something? Let me check 22. I think this whole customer request wheel is on the expansion drives. Yeah, it's W. Based on what I know. I haven't had a chance to dive through it all, but...
There looks to be games, but it confuses everybody when they're going, it won't just play.
Yeah, and especially because if you notice, we already found some that are going to both drive letters. Yeah, here's another X. And the other expansion drive isn't even out yet. So he's got stuff pointing to a drive that doesn't exist. And that's going to be confusing as heck to everybody. So I think all of this stuff is... Well, maybe this Mr. Driller might work. Oh, that's something to look forward to, if that's a thing.
Did you see that?
Oh, yeah. But so does he have MAME mixed in here? Oh no, he's got Mr. Driller Land as a PC game and it's going to X. That's just so weird. Okay, Mr. Driller 2 though, because that's MAME. So does that mean? Oh, there's a PC release of Mr. Driller 2. So that's what he's doing. This is So this whole thing is the expansion drive. Let's go back up to the Speedstorm.
Yeah.
Just to make sure.
That's going to be the tutorial with Disney.
So I have to admit, I signed up for the beta of this last year, and when I played it, and I even submitted an official report, it was very awful last year.
Oh,
It was
awful.
yes, it was bad. Like there was like Sonic Racing All Stars was way better in my opinion, but I hear good things, so maybe they fixed it. But the beta was just yikes. So make sure you get it on sale. Is all I'm trying to say.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So I think we're Lost Land Adventure. That was on the original drive. Is he just moving fixed games? Yeah, that's on the expansion too.
Huh.
Weird.
Are we losing games to this? You think?
No, because I bet if we go to the original Techno Parrot wheel, Lost Land Adventure is going to be in there. I hope.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it is. Okay, so let's just check the file path. Let's make sure where he's doubling things up. Yeah, so this is going to the D drive, so that should be fine. Excuse me. All right.
Oh, it's in the game or in the machine yet.
So let's go back to the original issue. In order to not tease you, what you do is you go into your Launchbox folder. You make sure Launchbox is shut down. So yeah, the Launchbox shortcut on the left. You go to your data folder, and I believe he's got it as a platform and not a playlist. And you look for customer requests. Yep, there it is. So you basically want to take the whole thing out of here. So we're going to cut it, and we're going to put it in backups in case you need it again. Because if you ever get the expansion drives truck, you just pull this thing out of there and put it back in data, and you're good to go.
With the 40,000 games in my machine that I've only played maybe a couple hundred,
yeah.
I don't think the expansion drive is in my near future.
I mean, you saw what's going to be on there. There's some definitely some bangers, but yeah, I get what you're saying. So now, if we go all the way down to the bottom of the list here, customer requests is gone.
Nice.
And I think that's going to be the same for Miami Vice and movies. Let's check Miami Vice.
Oh man, don't get rid of the Miami Vice. Come on.
Well, ain't getting rid of something you didn't have in the first place, because that's going to the W drive too. And then let's check movies. I think that's also the case. So I can get rid of those for you too. Yep, W drive.
Yeah, let's pop them.
Yep. So close Launchbox, fire up Explorer, Launchbox folder, data. Believe they're both going to be platforms again. Let's check see if we got lucky. Yep, there's movies, and then Miami Vice. Do them both.
See you later, bye.
Cut them, put them in backups. Sayonara. And we'll jump back in here and make sure we didn't break nothing.
Fingers crossed.
Mr. Larson says, check Shredder's Revenge. Larson, you think he updated it maybe? Is that the... Shreddy's Revenge? Oh no. Tell me that's not gone. Wait, what? Revenge? Okay, that was on PC wheel. We gotta... That would be awful. Oh no.
He got rid of it?
It's on the expansion drive, I bet. So he probably updated it, and then in that process moved it to the expansion. Yep, that stinks. Well, just grab it on Steam, because you want it there anyway, in my opinion, so you can play with your buddies.
Yep. Hey, I got some great news.
What's that?
I'm up to 16 games in Steam. Come on.
Heck yeah, that's news.
My Steam library's growing to 16 so far.
Well, cool. All right, what else you got, or are we good to go? We've done this for about an hour. I think this is good stuff.
So we want to try a gun game?
Oh boy. Wow, you're just
New.
going for it. I love it. So we got Gun for IR, right?
Yep.
Oh, sick. Okay, so this is a good tip for everybody. Did you start with step 1 on the desktop, set up player 1 and 2 guns here?
Not since putting in the new hard drives.
Perfect. So plug both guns in, and then we'll open up this application, because that's what everybody's got to do to make this thing right.
Okay, I'm both plugged in.
Okay, so if both guns plugged in, we'll fire up D-Mule's shooter, and then we want to grab player 1 gun, and then we start guessing.
These sick holders here.
Oh, yeah, look at that. Those look like arcade Atom holsters, kind of.
Yes, yes.
Let's see. I see 8043 and 8042. I'm going to say 8042 is gun 1. Oh, yes, it says P1. Point that at the screen and see if you can wiggle the cursor. Hell yeah, first try. Okay, holster that gun, please, so I can hit save config. Or you can, either way.
All right, I'm holstered.
All right, so configuration saved, and now we move on to player 2. And I'm going to go 8043. It says I did it right again. Let's see if player 2 can move that cursor. Player 2 gun, I should say. Oh, sick. First try. What are you saying?
Bear with me 1 second.
Oh, sure.
I got a Velcro problem.
Cable management.
You got it. 100%. All right, there we go. Now let's try player 2.
She's moving.
It's kind of wonky. It's in the corner.
Yeah, can you move more than that, or is that about it? Oh, there it goes. So,
All right.
yeah, so everybody knows what's most likely going on is you've got your phone pointed at the screen, and that messes with it. So, just so everybody knows that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Phone's away.
Phone's away should be better.
Yep. Cool. So just turn on the gun game and we're good to go?
Yeah, I got to hit save config. So you got to holster that bad boy. Configuration saved. And then what's your favorite gun game?
Duck hunt.
All right, let's do it.
We go old school here.
Heck yeah. And then we got to make sure we go to the IR guns wheel, because otherwise you're going to have a bad time. And I think I flew right by it. Unless he moved it. Nope, there it is. And then duck versus duck hunt. Play. And you should be all set with player 1. This is 2-player trade-off though, right?
Yeah, same gun. Alright, phone's away. I'm shooting and nothing.
I don't think it's shoot. I think you got to hit actual start on the control panel. Oh no, it says aim and fire.
Yeah.
Okay. Well then somebody done messed up the gun config on MAME. Let me see what he's got. I'm gonna hit tab. Can I? Oh, I might not be able to do that from here. Do you have a keyboard?
Your favorite.
Oh, perfect. Hit tab on that thing for me. Let's see if I can navigate it if you open the menu up. All right, cool. I can. Sweet. So we're going to do input this machine. It says gun 1, so that should be fine. So I think our IR guns config file got messed up. Let's see what we're doing. So let's make sure we're still opening with MAME IR guns. We are. And then we're going to do file management, open game folder, emulators, MAME, IR guns. Because this should have been pre-configured, because the way this works is the config file, where is that? Not config, controller file. I always do that wrong. So EHA should be the config file, and so gun code, oh, look at that. He changed the PIDs to 1601 and 1602. Yeah, you're making me crazy, David. You're making me crazy. So that's Sinden's. Okay, and there's gun for IR. 8042 and 8043. So I bet you if we go into the MAME.ini, it's pointed to EHA. Config directory. Where's the controller file? Am I blind? Controller path. Are we even specifying controller file? Main ROMs, hash, sample, art, controller path. It's a controller. Oh, weird. Is the controller file not even specified? Because basically the main what we're doing here is the main config points to the gun config file. And let me just search. And I have my machine pulled up too. I can double check and make sure, because now I'm starting to second guess myself.
Now, would this only be on Duck Hunt as a problem, or
no? This is going to be all main games are screwed up.
I'm glad I asked you.
Yep. Hold on one second. Let me flip over to my machine. Oh, and session closed. Are you guys seeing that? Oh, cool. You're not seeing that. So if I can get my mouse to work. Where'd my mouse go? Oh, weird. Why? I lost my mouse cursor on my machine, but I can see it on yours. Fun. All right. So, yeah, we got to specify. So he's got the CFG Gunfry R backups. What did he do here? Why would he put... So the Gunfry R config is specified. Let me go back into the main INI. Controller path. So I think what happened is he updated MAME and it either overwrote or he didn't specify the controller path, because there's no controller path specified. Oh, we're still running MAME. Maybe that screwed up my mouse cursor. We're still running Street Fighter, apparently. Nope, that's not it. There we go. Hold on one second, guys. I'm going to try to get my mouse back because it's really hard to drive. There we go. Okay. I'll be right back. I'm going to switch over to my machine and confirm what this config file is supposed to look like. There we go. Authenticator. My machine's in pinball mode. Alright, so we're back. Bear with me, guys. I'm exiting out of Big Box on my machine so I can see what the hell this is supposed to look like. So, emulators, MAME, IR guns, MAME.ini. Yeah, because there should be a bunch of game... Oh, if he got rid of those, that's going to really suck for Lethal Enforcers and stuff, because that requires custom configs for each game so you can shoot off screen and stuff. Yep.
Awesome.
Okay, so there's the controller file path. Okay, here it is. It's on line 129. Controller is Gunfry R. That's what we got to find on your machine. So we'll go back to yours. So MAME.ini, line 129. Yeah, see, look. It's pointing to the EHA config.
Wow.
He cut and pasted something, and it screwed him up. So we got to... Wow, how is anyone playing gun games? Or with Gunfry R anyway. That would have worked for Sinden. Dante Omega X is just the next version. So we're just trying to make things better. And make sure stuff like this doesn't happen. So now, Chuck, we hit save. Controller files now pointed to Gunfry R. I'll double check that that's how you spell the controller file. Gun4IR. Yep, so those names have to match, basically. And now... with a bit of luck, we should kill some ducks.
Okay, phone's not. Put pointer in.
That looks better.
Yep, we're firing.
All right. And AnyDesk could be screwing up your cursor a little bit because I know it looks goofy on the stream, but we should be good.
Okay.
No pressure on getting your first duck or anything.
Crosshairs are jumping, but I think I'm too close because I only got that amount of space to stand in.
Oh, yeah, that's probably what it is too. But after the stream, let me know if that's not the case, and I'll show you where to calibrate, but it should be fine. Yeah. Well, cool. So now let's go test one more MAME gun game just to make sure. But that should have been it for all of them. What do we got here? Let's see. So many good games. I know. OG Time Crisis. Let's do that. Oh.
The machine back a little. I got a little more room to stand.
Okay. There you go. Yeah, as long as you keep the barrel of the gun off the control panel, you should be good. That looks smoother.
Yeah. Still a little wonky.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's jumping. I'm hoping that's AnyDesk because AnyDesk could be moving your mouse around. Oh, that's better.
I'm not pointing right green, but it's working.
Okay. And then pedal, whatever pedal is.
I don't have a pedal.
You didn't buy Ray's pedal?
No, not yet.
Or Andy Sinden's pedal, or whoever, or you just get the Amazon one for $10.
Not yet.
Okay, so
Okay.
that's good to go. So let's wrap this up. Let me show you. So just in case it is a Gun for IR thing, the Gun for IR calibration application is in the Tools folder again. So File Explorer, Tools. Actually, while I'm at it, like you should have anyway in the first place, there should be a Tools shortcut on the goddamn desktop. There. Now you can get to it like a boss.
There you go.
But Tools, and then Gun for IR in here, and then the Gun for IR GUI, and then this is where you can do your calibration and test screen and all that happy stuff. But like I said, it still could be goofy because I'm remoted into your machine.
Okay.
So just that's where that is in case you need to use it.
And these shortcuts here we can delete, right? Since I don't have Sinden's.
Yep. If you're never gonna have them again, get them gone.
Yeah. Okay. Last question. That headache that was with the ODBS or OBS videotaping and causing a lot of hard drives to fill up. Has that issue been taken care of, or is that still a something?
Let's see. So if we launch Launchbox, let's see if OBS starts up. I don't see it running right now. Because it's basically a Launchbox plugin. No, it looks like he turned it off.
Okay.
So I get like why people don't like that, but the feature you're losing it's kind of a feature for people like me anyway. But you can record your gameplay, and then it asks you if you want to use it as Launchbox artwork. So if you're trying to make videos for stuff that doesn't have videos, it was really convenient. But how many people are doing that? That's it.
Yeah.
So that somebody in the chat, Skylar, says he bought the Elgato Stream pedal, and that's a good arcade accessory. I was wondering about that. DD, so I plan on doing more arcade for help streams like this. Like I said in the beginning, I don't know how I'm gonna figure out, who we're gonna pick to do the next one or anything. I just picked Chuck because I knew he was having an issue, and I knew it was like something everybody was on the struggle bus with, and we just happened to go through like the top 3 things instead of the top 1 thing. But I hope to do more in the future. So maybe if we have like a poll on the EHA forums or something, and then we can jump in and do streams like this in the future, because I think this was fun.
Hey, Adam.
Yeah.
One question I always see: how do I know I'm safe online?
Oh, so yeah. Let's check your updates. So
I just got drives in. Everybody always asks, "Am I safe online?"
So there you go. Your updates are paused until 2049. Your hardware's going to die before then, so it'll be fine.
Oh, that's entertaining.
So yeah, you just go to Start menu, Gear for Settings, And then if you go to home, you go to update and security, and it'll tell you updates are paused. Just don't hit the resume button.
And that's the big thing. What about Windows Defender or anything?
Not even on here.
Not on here. Okay. Is there any, in case anybody goes to any websites they shouldn't?
Oh yeah, if you get infected, you're screwed. So don't do that.
Okay. Heads up there.
You're basically going commando. You're running around the internet without underwear on.
Good.
So don't do that. But yeah, I think this was successful. I think we're good. Chuck, are you good?
Yeah, man. I appreciate it. Hopefully Leo catches this.
Oh, was he having the same problem?
No, wrong Leo. Our Leo childhood hero.
Oh yeah, Leo Laporte. Thank you. Yes, I grew up watching him. Sounds like you grew up watching him. I loved A Call for Help. I hope he doesn't mind me borrowing the logo from 1998 either for my YouTube thumbnail. But yeah, I think I'll make a custom logo just for this series. But yeah, this was great. I think I'd like to do more of these. So if you guys see a poll,
shout out to go because I loved you growing up. More so, I want to give a big shout out to Morgan Webb. I love you more.
Yeah, I think everybody
There you go.
was loving on some Morgan Webb for a little bit there.
Yeah.
Do you know she started as a producer on his show? Do you remember that? She was in the background like hammering on a keyboard, and there was like one call for help where he like had a question and Morgan had to like chase it down, and she had like a headset on. And Leo was all like, "What was that, Morgan?" And the camera cuts to her, and I think that's when, of course, that situation exploded. I distinctly remember that episode. I don't know if that was staged or not, but I distinctly remember her getting some screen time, and then I think that's when she got popular. But could be wrong.
If you're watching this, Morgan, we still love you.
Definitely. All right, man. Well, I'm going to end the stream here. I think this was successful. Guys, if you look for a poll maybe later in the EHA Facebook group and says like, what's the next number one issue, we'll vote on some issues that I know are common, and we'll see who's got the most knotted up spaghetti issue, and we'll go for it. We'll see what happens.
Adam, thank you.
You're welcome, man. Have fun with your machine. It's should be humming along the way it should be.
Playtime.
Yep. Definitely. All right, guys. Thanks a lot. Like, subscribe. Hit the links in the description for Etsy stuff. Like on holsters, hats if you want them, all that good stuff. And I'll see you in the next one.
See ya.
All right. I think